Let's see how this goes. Oh my goodness me. So, right. Let's do this thing. Where are we at? What's been going on? Let me just shrink you folks over here. Put that there to make sure that's working. What are we going to start with? I think we have to start with this, which is the map. Big shout out to Discord user and server member and long-term supporter of this series, Blobby Tables. This is the new online map, and you better believe it. It's awesome. Look at this. This is very, very nice. This is Amphitrus. Here it is. It's Bradshaw. Look at this mapping. Isn't it beautiful? Well, the mapping's mine, but the fact that it is so nicely handled, better than any PDF editor could handle it. This is stunning. And also, you can switch from the full topo mapping. By the way, in the bottom corner down here, you get a grid reference. Grid reference is there, so you can quickly see, you can quickly form 4, 6, or 8 figure grid references, which is potentially useful. I don't know. Also, this, by the way, the link is now in the description to this stream. You can go in and open this map now, so you can follow on if you're like, what's going on at this location. So, for example, if you're at Mag Hull, you want to work out what's going on, you can zoom in on Mag Hull and be like, oh right, okay, well that's there, that's that's now gone. This is all rearranged. But this is, by the way, this is 1953, so it's a little behind where we're at in the series by a decade and a bit. But hopefully it paints enough of a picture that you can still use it to navigate and see what's going on. Also, though, there is the Railway Gazetteer, which is a similar map, but just focused on railways. Or if you prefer the old map, we'll update the spelling of Gazetteer at the top, don't worry. If you prefer the old map, then we do have a replication of the style of the old white on black map. All here. What's wonderful about this is that it's all geo-referenced. So this is all scaled now. This is all real scaled, and God, I love it. It's so good. It's so sexy. I'm so pleased about this. Level crossings are all in. All the bridge, all the structure numbers are all in. It's here, folks. I look forward to the update, and when the updates go in, the old mapping will stay, so you can compare. So you'll be able to compare between back and forth. There's also a geographic map here that that will itself be updated as Blobby Tables and I are exploring additional data we can pull out of the save file to put things like contour lines in. So we're looking at contour lines as a possibility to add into this, which will be very nice. There isn't a forestry layer in this because it's too time consuming to generate. I would have loved to include it, but this is it. This is the map. It's beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, so. And there's still an opportunity to add suggestions for street names. There's some towns that just have very little in the way of names. So do go in and get stuck in. If you enjoy the series and you want to put your name on stuff, both literally and metaphorically, then add names for streets and things and send me a screenshot on the Discord channel for map suggestions. Maybe we create a new thread for map suggestions and name away. If there are roads that you think, little lanes that you think you want to have a name on them, then let's do this. Let's get this thing covered up. Anyway, it's good for all sorts of reasons. It's good for many reasons. It allows me to generate some of the stuff that you're going to see in this episode. Oh, also it's got a search function that my face is in front of right now, so I can type in Thessalos here, and there we go. It zooms in on Thessalos. Look at that. Ooh, beautiful. I'm so pleased about this. So there's lots of people very happy about this. I'm so pleased about this one. Anyway, right. Let us hope that the series doesn't crash, the game doesn't crash repeatedly. But at the end of last episode, we ended on the release of this paper on the 26th of February 1965, the development of the major railway trunk routes, often termed as Crowle 2. But this is essentially what it concluded. It has a load of stuff in it, load of detail, load of analysis, much like the reshaping that had preceded it back in 1960. 3, this we're just going to pick out a few of the maps that it picks up on. So it's kind of looking at through routes and routes for enhancement. So this is just looking at the through routes on Amphitrust based on the proposals, off the back of the proposals in Crowle 1 in reshaping. So it's got the through routes. It looks at the key corridors. So here, for example, we're looking at the routes between Bradshaw and Forest Limon. So you can see kind of you've got the East Coast Main Line, as we know, on this side, and you've got the Lakeland Main Line, the former Great Northern, and also some of the various bits of other railways that now form that kind of mainline corridor. It's funny that neither of these are a single solid main line, built by lots of different bits of companies now, and a bit of a mess as a result. But yeah, you've got the freight and you can see the freight route there generally follows the Great Northern, mostly until it gets south of, I think that's Stamford, isn't it, where we've got that new bit of construction was built, and then they swap essentially at that point. Anyway, and then you've got the Bradshaw Gampos route, which shows what is the Midland main line, and then the southern being proposed and used as the main freight corridor now. And then you have Thapps Gampos here, which is actually a single main line. It's the old Great Central, isn't it, of course? And then freight, there are freight options surrounding that. So yeah. Another thing they look at is air traffic, which is picking up in a big way through this decade. So looking at passenger flows in 64 between main centres, and comparing that to passenger flows without further railway development in 1984. So considering the fact there'll be significant flows between Bradshaw Raleigh, Bradshaw Gampos, interestingly enough, and also Gampos Forest Limon. So it's understanding some of those flows of air traffic, and therefore understanding how the railway needs to respond to them. So it's thinking strategically. Also, this little bit of an interesting little hint at other things going on in government right now is the 1964 Scott Memorandum. What's that? No idea. Now, motorway network as planned, and how that overlays with the railway network. So, relevant context in what the motorway network might look like. We've seen various iterations of the motorway network. None of them seem to have pinned down. And I don't want to think about how many hours went into the previous map, by the way. So this is kind of the route selected for development. So you can see this is obviously the East Coast Main Line is pretty well developed at this point. Lakeland Main Line and its paralleling freight corridor, but interestingly, not the connection between Stratford and Forest Limon. So that's kind of interesting, and also not the Lakeland, basically not the Lakeland Main Line. So it's actually the freight connections and then connection to Stratford. So it's, these are decisions being, calls being made by Crowle. By Dr Samuel Crowle, understanding what routes for enhancement, kind of significant amount of railway in the northwest of Amphitrust being ignored. But then what's interesting is this final map here, and the high-res versions of these will all be in the Discord, don't worry. So the high-res version of the map here, this last map number 27, route selective development, shown with location to selected industries and predicted major population areas. So they're kind of predicting, they've done some prediction of where some of the major built-up areas might be and how the railways interact with those. And it's kind of pointing out that they're expecting a lot of the build-up of population to be around the railways selected for development. That's kind of logic, plus a lot of the industries around them as well. So that's kind of the logic of this mapping. So that's that. So there's that to chew through. Other things have been going on as well. We must talk, because we've time has jumped forwards a bit in games, so there's a few things that have been going on in the background. We have got the closure of, on the 1st of March, closure of two railways. Dulwich Junction Railway, two bits of railway. The Dulwich Junction Railway and Midland Valley Railways. So that's the line that runs from Dulwich Junction up the other side of Corby, and in fact, I'm just sure you can tell. It's the railway that runs from it's Dulwich Junction. The railway that runs from Dulwich Junction up here and across the Midland Main Line, and it's the former, what was the Midland Valley Railway, I think, running up through Midlands. What this now closed and gone Midland Station into Painsett. That is the line that has been proposed for closure, and also. The Southern Main Line between services between Shildon, Victoria, Gampos South, Harrogate, Gampos South being the former Shanklin Victoria, by the way, Gampos South and Agma, with the closure of Gampos South, as we previously knew it as Shanklin Station, closure of that line. So that's 2 lines getting two fairly major bits of closure happening. And there's some other stuff which we're going to talk about in a minute as well. But we're going to save that. Let's bear those in mind, and let's go and let's keep the game paused. I'll also just get the game up and see if it crashes as I transfer the thing over. Go on, let's do this. Oof, come on now. It's crashed again. I don't believe this. I've done some stability testing on this, and it was supposedly working, and now it isn't. How am I going to get around this? How did we do it last time again? It's incredibly aggravating. I'd done stress testing of this, and I've run it with different... Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. How are we going to do... I'm going to have to... I don't understand what is actually causing the pain on this one. Yeah, Right, let's do that. So while that loads, let's go back to OBS. I think it's just like, oh, do I want to even risk transferring over? What did I do last time to reduce the workload? So I'm going to get rid of the map. The map is wonderful and useful, but we're going to get rid of that to just ease some workload. I'm going to close a bunch of tabs here to make that a bit better. Have I tried turning it off and on again? Yeah, several times actually. What else do we have? The PowerPoint file's probably getting a bit big actually. That could be an issue, although I've deliberately taken out all the old PowerPoint stuff. Our Discord is open. Let's get rid of that. Let's just quickly get Task Manager up and have a look. What's hogging? Transport Fever is being hungry. Chrome is being hungry. As always it is. Buy new PC. Yeah, that might well be it. TF2 loading simulator. Good night, sweet prince. Yeah, quite. To the problem last time seemed to be triggered when you switch focus away from the game. Obviously hard to avoid doing that given how you run the stream. Yeah, that is the issue. That is the crash trigger, is when I shift between. But I kind of need to do that. That's the problem. Am I going to have to just crash the game every time I transfer between? Oh, I kind of ideally hope not. Anyway, let's talk about the next thing that's going on in the map here. So, yes. So those 2 notices have come up. Another thing that's happening kind of through March was firstly this little map of this, just kind of fairly, this is just a March 1965 map of the Greater Bradshaw Railway Network. There's Amsterdam Rail there. Look, so it's pointing out that you've got the networks running out of basically networks focused on the 3 main stations in Bradshaw. You've got West Station, which is these West suburban services that go out. You've got Metropolitan, which, as we know, is the main station linking out to all the Metropolitan services. That kind of also connects to Victoria, which is down in Western Shildon. Sorry, it has the connection up to Oldwood Junction, as we know. So that's the only connection really between the southern-facing network from Metropolitan and the northern-facing network. So you've got that connection there, and then east, where you've got all the sort of East Coast suburban services running up to Annapolis Central, Annapolis City, and also the Bodmin branch. So that's kind of the suburban network. But it's interesting. There's bear that in mind. But a report gets published in March of this year. A joint report between Bradshaw Transport and Amtros Railways. Just put the music down, it's a little bit loud in my ear. Here we are, a preliminary report by a working partner of Amtros Railways and Bradshaw Transport, and they do loads of analysis. They look at they talk about fairly substantial improvements overall to the railway network to do with kind of longer distance commuting, the inaccessibility of new housing developments by public transport, the fact there's too much parking, resulting in severe private vehicle overuse congestion. It's a pretty wide-ranging report, this one. And one of the maps in the report is quite interesting. You'll enjoy this because it shows some interesting things here. So the thick black lines here are proposed new services. And you'll notice that there's some stuff that's interesting here. Also, the dashed lines are service withdrawals. You'll notice withdrawals of service. Well, firstly, there's also the tram lines are in here. So you've got all the Bradshaw Transport lines that are kind of disappearing off and how they interrelate with the Amtros Railways network. Amtros Railways here, the main interesting line is this one here, which is the line linking up on into Bradshaw East and up towards Bodmin and Annapolis. That's an interesting new line on this map. So that's there. Bradshaw West there, Bradshaw East here. Bradshaw West very much. Bradshaw Metropolitan, though, on this, services are withdrawn from Bradshaw Metropolitan in favour of running a through route from Aldwood along the former freight line through Bricklayers, between Bricklayers and Arches, actually, into Hackney and then down through Shildon. But also the other interesting thing is the closure of the lines into Shildon Victoria. However, you see that a line is proposed to connect across to the freight line, then run down to Finsbury, providing an alternative through branch for. So essentially, what you're getting is an east-west. So connecting the west suburban services through to the Liverpool-facing, up through through Aberdeen Airport to Liverpool. That's east-west, and then a north-south connection from Annapolis and Bradshaw East down through, and then splitting into branches down towards Finsbury, Maybury, London, and then off towards Ely. So there's kind of a north, south, east, west sort of proposed option here for rail services, which is interesting enough, I think. So with that in mind, let us return to the game and see if the game is actually now going to crash again when I do this. But it is, isn't it? Let me do that now. Before I've gone to the game, it's going to crash again, isn't it? Because I didn't line up the right. It allowed me to move it for a second, and I think it's crashed again. Oh my god. Okay, I'm having to relearn. How am I going to do this? I'm going to have to completely. Why is it doing this now? It's very strange. It's like something. It just didn't. Something has changed somewhere for this to be happening. And I'm not sure what it is. I've got an idea. I have an idea. This is a bit like that scene at the end of Italian Job. I have an idea. Let me do some closing of things, because I think it's less resource intensive when you use show rather than open a PowerPoint presentation. So if I go show, do that. Okay, so we've got that. While I'm here, I'm just going to quickly go. There is another point, is that in the news, worthwhile just pointing out that this is later on. This is in May that this gets announced, but I'm going to just pre-advance it if we're going to have to deal with all these shenanigans. But the problem only happens when streaming. Yeah, this only happens when streaming. I tried it with. I did some trial streaming earlier, and it worked. Everything worked fine. I did some trials of this earlier today, which is why I'm so annoyed that it's not working now, because I cannot work out what it is. Something different is clearly happening. Anyway, the South Bradshaw Railway, the suburban line serving the Swindon and Bricklayers areas of southwestern Bradshaw, has been spared closure as part of the rationalisation of the network in the aftermath of the Crowle report. The Bradshaw Transport Board has negotiated continued services through Aldwood Junction Station. Though Aldwood Junction Station will be reduced in size. So there's a thing to note from May. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, though. So, because we've got to go back and think about the closures that we were talking about earlier. So, let's go back to game face. And let's just load this. Am I going to have to load the game every time I do this? Oof. I don't. I'm going to do some. Clearly, we'll do some troubleshooting. We might do like a patron-only stream, and we'll do some troubleshooting, everyone, with this to try and get this to work, because this is rubbish. Particularly when 50 people are watching this series. My God. It's definitely to do with streaming. I can run this so smoothly when I'm not, but as I say, I did do a mock stream earlier, and it worked fine. I didn't stream, I recorded. So I recorded the thing. So clearly there's a difference in resource usage between streaming and recording. So I recreated these conditions, but I recorded rather than streamed, and it was running fine. So there's something specific about streaming that's causing the problems, that's resulting in more resource usage, and therefore an incompatibility, or it's a bug, an incompatibility with OBS and TF. Thing is, if I use the screen sharing type stream, it will it will do the horrible like jittery thing, which causes us all to get epilepsy in like the first 1 or 2 episodes of the series. Anyway, the current instrument shows the current. Yeah, I know that. That's great. Thank you, game. And everyone gets to enjoy the loading screen of a computer game. It just slows it down. It's so frustrating. I might need to get a second PC to run the stream on and capture card for the video. I don't want to do. I have so much jerry rigging in there. I really don't want to be spending lots of extra money at the moment either for various reasons. It's just very, very frustrating. We'll do another stream, but it'll be a patron only stream, and those of you who are techie can come in and we can beat this thing into submission and understand what the problem is. Right, so oh my goodness, so here we are, we're in. You can see this now, hopefully. There we are. Oh, this looks Mount Notaros, the highest point on the map. There we are. It's got this lovely view over Bradshaw here. And what was that in the background, by the way? What's this? Mount Notaros, Mount Amphitrus. Did I say Mount Notaros? No, that's definitely not what this is. Mount Amphitrus. Mount Amphitrus Tunnel Project. Oh, what is this? Oh, they're digging a tunnel. Anyway. Yeah, there's some fairly major civil engineering being going around the map at the moment. They're finishing off the new Annapolis Airport over here. There's some other stuff going on, and we won't worry about that over there. So, let us focus on what we need to do, which is actually, I also have a list of stuff I've scribbled down I need to do as well down here. It's March 29th, so the things that were pertinent to what we're talking about. That report, by the way, got published at some point in March. I can't exactly remember when. So, streaming really hogs computer resources in my experience. Yes, it does. Bradshaw looks like Hong Kong. Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? Funnily enough, I've been looking quite a lot at Hong Kong recently for some of the stuff that we'll hopefully get to in the series. The first thing we need to do actually is procure some trains, because there we go. Let's go up here. Actually, did we procure? Have we procured? No, we haven't procured any trains. We're going to procure some trains. We're going to procure 3 trains, electric, because these are going to need to be trialing these up and down, even if they're not quite landing in our service yet. And we're going to have that'll do. We need one of those, and then we need another couple of those. Oh, actually, I don't need to do what I was doing, because I can go. It's 165. Yeah, that's 5. We need 2 of those. Good. Fine. We can definitely afford those. That's fine. Actually, what's that? -3. That's. Let me get my mashing fingers out. Yeah, I'm getting my mashing fingers out. There we go. That'll do. There we go. Time to run some. Yeah. So we're not running them yet, but we want to get them joining where they need to be. We want to get them where they need to be. So let's get these onto the appropriate. Get these onto the appropriate line anyway. No, let's do that. So we want them to go. We want this one to go on to 1E01, and we want these 2 to go on to 1E02. Boom. So they're going to do that. So the other thing we're going to do before unpausing the game is we can head over to Dulwich Junction. There we go. Because to have a look at the services. So firstly, we've got two bits of clues. The first is Dulwich Junction. So let's have a think about Dulwich Junction. Actually, Dulwich Junction. So there's Dulwich Junction. We just need to have a quick look at the services. So the services are getting done in immediately. So let's just do this managed line. We just need to get rid of Dulwich Junction off that. No one's calling Dulwich Junction, and then this as well. Let's just Droitwich Ely. Yeah, Dulwich Junction is off the case. Where's that going? Down. Oh, I see. Did we? I'm gonna have to do a quick search on the old on here. Let me just check. Estuary ferry. Yeah, that service also probably ought not to be running down there, because that line isn't a thing anymore either. Anyway, let me just whiz down back here again. Sorry, everyone. We'll get there. Looks like the service from Dawlish to Corby was already gone. Yeah, that's already gone for sure. This service, though, I don't even know if that service is this running from Ely to Droitwich. I mean, it is still... They've closed Estuary Ferry Station, but they're still running a bit of a skeleton service through there, but not for long, because we're going to get rid of this. Droitwich Ely, yeah, it's gone. So, there's a variety of things going on here. There's still a freight service, which is interesting. What's this freight service then? Let's have a look. There's two freight services, actually, interestingly. Running through here. We've got Butterley Tadley, which is running... which could just run along the southern main line into Tadley, no problem. So that, I suspect, we can just... you know, what I need to do is actually switch stations and signals onto... Yeah, there we go. So Gisborough signal needs to go. And also... These Ely signals also need to go. Ely signal, Ely signal, Ely signal. And... yeah, that's fine. So that means then that my service is now going to be running. So from Butterley to Nottingley signal, fine. Nottingley signal, Corby signal, 3. Then there's Market Harbour signal, which we also don't want. Which now, I'll just quickly make that magenta so I can see where it's going. Yes, so it's going that. Okay, so that's fine. Is there another signal that's forcing it to go the other way? No, there isn't. I just want it to now go from Tadley. I now want it to go back. I think we can probably get rid of that signal and just go. We want you to go back. Interestingly, probably want it to be in the fast track at this point, don't we? Because it's... Is there a possibility? The thing is, I don't know if I've got the S&C to actually enable that to happen. It's going to sit in the slow... The fast tracks are just not being used here for... yeah, interesting. There we go. So that's now up there. Which I suspect means that if I then go back here and zoom in on here, there's only one line in here, which is Shanklin, which is the Ely Motors run, which is fine. We can fix that. We can get rid of all the signals. Let's see where that takes us. I'll also just make this magenta so I can see where it's going. It's going that way, but I actually want to... yeah. I now want it to go from there. It's going to Gampos, but I now need it to go an admittedly more circuitous route around the corner. But it's going to go... Or are we going to use that as justification to keep that running that way? Use that as justification to keep the train running through here. No, I think we are going to run it the correct way. So from there, we're going to go... You go on to this line. And... yeah, good. And then we're back... and I presume that'll now make it do the right thing, which is it'll run through Tadley. It'll run... Is it running part... oh my god, goodness me. So that's now running... No, I do want it to stay on the freight line there. Yeah, do stay there, down there, please. Thank you. And then it'll run up onto the slows there and run along here. Smashing. That seems to be very nice indeed. Good stuff. Marvellous. So that's that. Now, why am I digging around on this one? It's because they want to... we're not going to get rid of it yet, but that line is also going to go. But for now, we focus on Dawlish Junction Station because it's they are not holding back on getting rid of some doing some serious demolition, and to the point where I think pressure coming in to ensure that costs are being cut actually means that the station is going to completely disappear. No. Just there we go. And there. It's gone. Dulwich Junction Station, completely gone. It no longer exists. We're going to work our way along this little branch line and make it history, I suppose. Lift these tracks. We're doing quite a bit of non-track lifting closures recently, but this is a year where I fear we're going to be making good on some of our convictions and tidying up what is, to be fair, a bit of pretty messy railway network. Let's be honest, it doesn't make a huge amount of sense, and this is trying to make some sense of it. Time to do a PRR and force the freights on the fast tracks on the Southern Main Line. Yeah, I do agree with that. We're going to need some S&C to facilitate it. We're going to need to. I mean, can we? While we'll come back to Corby, but is that something that we can easily facilitate? Because I do agree that it's strange that it's so. Yeah, we have a 4-track railway, and we are very much not using these centre tracks. Should we? So if we install some S&C up here, we want. Let's do some 40-mile-an-hour S&C, lovely. And ditto in the other direction. So is that going to give us the potential? Oh, there we go, yeah. It's the potential to pop our freights onto the fast lines. Yeah, I'll take that. Bit of additional usage of the infrastructure, and those are being used by both, except not here. Now, is there any way to solve that problem? No, that's fine for various reasons. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that's all working nicely. Sorry, let's go back and undertake our what we're getting up to in Corby. Yes, tidying things up. Right, so what else we got going on down here? Lots of chat. Don't forget to change the waypoints, as I think freight is still on the slow lines at the moment. There is definitely some freight using the fasts. Do we want to divert more? Yeah, we probably do, don't we? You're right. What can we see here? The Shanklin is using the. Most of them are, so for Dulwich to Shildon, that can stay. Blackpool, Richmond. I mean, there's part of the problem is I was like remembering what some of these routes are. What is this? Blackpool to Richmond. Oh yeah, okay, that's just taking brick down to Richmond in a big heap. Yeah, for reasons that become clear, this will become clear. The freight that used to run via Estuary Ferry, for example, is now on the slows. It is. My issue is partly trying to remember what S&C I'll need at the other end to bring it back off said slows. That was running. There's a lot of missing S&C. Well, we're going to come back to tidy the Southern Main Line up. So for now, I'll keep focused before I lose focus again. There we go. We will do some saving in a minute as well, don't worry. Let's tidy all this up. It's all going. Yeah, and there we are. And that's all gone. That's all gone. They'll come back and tidy up some of the loose S&C later, I'm sure. The other things is this route entirely disappeared as well. Because it's a superfluous requirement. What if I confuse now? Ah! Now I know why that is. The reason for what just happened there is a piece of infrastructure that I forgot that I needed to build, which is over here, which is not there. No, it's here. A piece of infrastructure that was specified back in the original Crowle report a while back, if you remember. Let's see if I can get a little bit. Might be able to get a bit. Oh, it's not. Come on. Can I get 30 all the way around? I don't think I can. I think it's like 29. Okay, fine. That'll do 29 all the way around. And the same in the other direction, which is 30. That, I think, fixes the problem. Oh, that alternative. Yeah, that's fine. We can just do that. Yeah. Bridport Flitwick. So Bridport Flitwick now is a problem with the demolition of the bit of railway that I just demolished. Because the railway runs, Bridport Flitwick runs from here. No, that's the central. Where are we? There we are. Runs from here, Drayton Sidings, along here. Now has nowhere to run. Well, that's, you know what, part of that is that these sidings, this service is going to because they are hauling their. No, wait a minute, I didn't want to do that. No, I didn't want to do that either. My brain is mush. I want to click on this. I want to do manage line, and I want to close. Get rid of that. Yeah. It's planned that they'd close it to prioritize for express services anyway. This is now serving Tadley Marshalling Yard. Anyway, so that's serving, although let's just have a look at how many vehicles. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of vehicles. Do we want to... I think we do, you know. We can update all these. And just improve that a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Built the core, but the service didn't divert to start. I don't know. We need that cord anyway for soon. That cord is important. I'm not exactly sure how it's signaled, to be honest. Let's just have a think. Yeah, that needs to move to here. That is one way, yes. Yeah, there we go. That's signaled thus, and that's also not correct, so that needs to go. I think that now works. It's there. It's there for reasons that will become clear. Yeah, so good. Right, where was I? I was making a mess in Paynton, wasn't I? So let's go back to Paynton, and let's go out to Paynton. Actually, in fact, you know what? We'll keep working our way around the coast. There we go. It's time to reduce some railway mileage. Here we are. And continue on our way around the hill. Getting close to Paynton. What else are people saying? Don't have to change my... There we are. I think we're getting there. So, actually, you know what's interesting is it says follow passenger stations will be closed. Corby Station is back here. No, I don't think anything calls at Corby Station now. Yeah, nothing calls at Corby Station. But the station itself... it's been closed. I don't think there's any... You know what? As often is the case, the roof is not in a great state, so they're going to just flatten the roof. And also... probably get rid of the... Yeah, you know what? They can probably just leave the old service through there. But that's just a decidedly closed station now. As this is a decidedly missing railway, disappearing into the ether. Oh look, there's a train making its way through. Where's it off to? That's the question. We're going to chase it along and see if it ends up where it's supposed to be. Alright, go on. We're getting there, folks. Don't worry, there's going to be some railway building in this episode 2. I promise. This train has ended up not where it's supposed to be, isn't it? Oh, it's heading for the depot. Did I send it to the depot rather than selling it? And... oh, there's a scissors on a curve that we just got rid of as well, which will make the engineers very happy. Good, and we don't need this platform either. And what we're going to do is actually take the opportunity to put a bit of work in at this end. So we're going to do some demolitions over here at the track. Why are we, you might ask? Well, because these are currently 160 meter long platforms, are they not? Which means we need 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Marvellous. Do we actually have freight running through along the Great Central at this point? I'm not sure if we... Well, let's rejoin the tracks for starters before we commit to any grand gestures. Right, okay, so let's just rejoin. How far can I go back? You know what, I'll do this. Okay, here we are. Yeah, lovely. And then that should now be... One thing, just check the vertical on that. Oh, it's nice and flat, lovely. I hoped it would be. And then we need to have some S&C that joins these tracks together, which is nice. We're going to have it as a... Oh, come on. 51 mile an hour turnout, I guess. Okay, fine. And let's just... a little bit of wooden track there. So there we are, Paynton, long platforms, tracks curving through into Paynton. Lovely, look at that. People are asking, does this need to be a 4-track main line? I'm going to check whether having built what I've just built, I was half expecting myself to have freight through, but there isn't freight through here, is there? There's not. Which then makes me go, well, actually what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do this. Oh. No, come on. Yeah, there we are, thank you. And because every train stops through here, so there's no need to have tracks in the middle. There's no non-stop service on the Great Central. It just is an all-stopping service, and that works nicely, in fact. So here is our new arrangement for Paignton, which we're gonna. No services use this S&T, so this can be. We're going to leave this end actually for now, because it kind of does what it needs to do. We've lifted the track that we can lift. We've renewed the tracks and the platform as appropriate. Right, glorious. No, I'm just going to widen the 6 foot into a 10 foot. It's fine. It's sort of standard thing to do. Let's just flatten this as well. 60 people now watching this episode. Absolutely remarkable. It's great to have you all along. I'm so pleased. I'm sorry about the shonkiness of the crashes. It will be fixed by the next stream. I won't stream again until I'm confident that it has been fixed. Which curves are tight here? Oh, these curves over this end. Let's just have a look at these speeds. Yes, they are tight. It was there's a bit of railway built on the cheap, the Matlock Railway. Anyway, so that's kind of done, which is good. And I think that concludes part 1 of the closures, but we haven't done the bit that's over at Gampos South, which is down over here. The thing we just built, by the way, that is the Atherley New Chord. That's called the Atherley New Chord. That's just been built, just for your information. The thing we're about to now do is go down here and get rid of some services. So this we need to sell, and then we need to close this line. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone. And God, there's a few things. Oh, actually, Flitwick to Shanklin Victoria. So this is. Interestingly, I think I would just have a quick look at the freight. Actually, while I'm here, I'm just going to say sell these, yes, and manage the line. Yes, gone. So that's now everything out of there other than the freight, which we'll worry about shortly, but for now we can just configure this. Get rid of the roofs as well, because yeah. Tanagma is what used to be called Flitwick. Yeah. There we go. Let's get rid of these. Alright. Crash, bash, smash. And yeah, they're getting rid of the old station building. It's a big, expensive building to maintain that they have no use for. So it's gone. This is running Flitwick Shanklin Victoria, which is this little situation. And it definitely carries some stuff into up into Shanklin. So there needs to be a. We're not entirely getting rid of that yet, but what we are going to get rid of is unnecessary tracks. So that's going to go. We're going to get rid of that. I'm going to just do some of this before I forget. Just make sure this is all beautiful, lovely. Marvelous. do this. Good. Right. So where was I? Yeah, we have got this freight service that runs that way. And we do not need to worry about what's going on. We've got some lovely S&C we can get rid of. On this side, we'll leave that there. And this. We're going to go up this way. Look at that. Leave the bridge in place. Fine. Goodbye. A lot of infrastructure for not a lot of railway service, let's be honest. Beautiful bit of railway built by a railway company, very optimistic about it. I mean, it did carry a lot of traffic back in yon day, but it doesn't anymore. It's just not used very heavily at all. There we go. Let's get rid of all that. And finish doing some tidying up in here. That's going to run nice. Oh, very nice. I'm happy with that. Lovely. There we go. So that's done. That's all tidied up. That now runs in there. We've got this cord to ensure that we can do what we need to do going that way. We've still got the freight connection up into the freight platforms at Shanklin Victoria. I think that is fine. We've got service running there. We've got that cord is redundant. Lovely, which we can get rid of, by the way. Marvelous. Lovely job. Good. Whether this stays 4-track and needs to be 4-track, I mean, it definitely does not need to be 4-track anymore, does it? Which poses an interesting question. Do I want to start? Oh, it's a bit of work to tidy that up. Yeah. For now, we'll leave that as it is, but for sure, or will we? Just do a straight, get rid of the tracks. So the thing is, the neatest way to do it is actually to have the tracks on the outside. You know, I think I will do that. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna, that's joined in there. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. So that's going that way. Yeah, we'll get there. It needs to re-signal is the thing, doesn't it? Ugh. What's unhappy? Ah. It does have stuff in it. Okay. If I do... okay. Well, I'm going to do this for now. Just to put in... But I have plans for what this will look like. So let's leave that for now so we don't overcomplicate it because I want to keep things moving. We'll do that. We'll tidy that later. Never been in time to go for a nice walk in Amphitrust. Yeah, everything's fine. Nothing is... There's no problems anywhere. Right, good. Stuff going on all over the place. Right. So let me just check that I'm on top of things. Oh yeah, we've got some stuff to do down here actually. Ely, before I forget, is that I need to actually go down here and look at Ely. Because a couple of things need to happen here. The number one thing that needs to happen is I need to switch on some of this so I can... Yeah. I need to delete this and put it here. Yeah, good. I need to delete... Just this. I need to delete... Do I have space to do that? Can I delete that without causing absolute hell, misery, and pain and disasters? Possibly, you know. First of all, let's delete that bit of road. Depot contains vehicles, vehicle in the way. What's in here? What's hiding here? Okay. Well, we can probably transfer that somewhere else. Let's fly this thing. We've got stuff we need to do. Let's fly this thing over to... Is there a hangar over in... Yeah, there is. Good. J8. Let's just... J has a jet aircraft in it. AMAG is in there. Golly. We want to... Oh, no, how can I actually do this with... No, you can't, because it's not a train. How do you transfer between things then? Do I have to send it on its way? I don't really want to send it on its way. How do you do this? J8. There were lots of people with the letter J starting their name. J8 Flights Limited. Wait a minute, let me just test this. If I go... No, I can't. Oh, you can't do it in the way that trains. Does that mean I just have to sell the aircraft if it's in a hangar that... I have to transfer it onto a line and then transfer it... Yeah, that's what I have to do. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, it's possible though. Let's do that. If I transfer this onto a line... I'm going to say Aberdale, Shanklin. Then can I bulldoze this? No. Is that because there's a load of vehicles in the way? Oh, this is going to get fiddly. Oh, golly. Okay. We'll work out that in a second. In the meantime, I need to have a look at this because we've got a station to open here on these former coal sidings. They are not used for coal sidings anymore, so let's configure them accordingly. Goodbye to that and that and that. This is just an old freight track. The through freight lines are a thing, so that's fine. But what we're going to do is probably deflect out. So this, and do a bit of this, and then platforms. And then put another one there. And little station for... No, oh, we definitely do. So make our way through. Lovely. Little halt station. This is going to be called... This is no longer that. It's going to be AR. Jettison Road is the name of this station. And it's for Ely Airport. Do I actually want to call it that in the thing? Well, that's going to be what it says in the sign. Yeah, there we go. Treasure room for the airport. We're missing some road connection on this side, which we can do once we've done the airport stuff that's on the that I need to do over here. Is this pulling in or is it taking off? I don't know. This is pulling in or is it taking off? Again, don't know. I don't want to commit to pressing... You know what? Maybe I do want to press play and see what happens. I'm going to build... if I do this... And then Windows that, there we go. That's progress. Okay. Now I want all these aircraft to sod off. Is the key thing. Let's see. These aircraft need to take off rapidly. Right. So keep going. Go. 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 This person's going to take off. This aircraft is going to go to another depot. Obviously, that's fine. Come on, take. Is this full of people? Oh, it is full of people. Oh, golly. This is also full of people. Popular popular runway. Also, all these people are here. Yeah, okay. What I want to do is expand Ely, but I want to expand Ely without... I want to somehow have to expand Ely without using... I want to use the same sort of station node, as it were. So we're going to come back to this momentarily. This is going to take off, this is going to take off, and then this is going to take off, and I'm hoping that nothing's then going to come in and ruddy land. This line has 2 aircraft, and they're both going to take off, so when they both take off, we'll be all set. So remind me, please everyone, remind me to come back to this place. Can I scroll down the list of cities so we can see populations? Yes, I can. There we go. Don't forget. Do this so you can see all the data. There's... Am I in front of some of that? Maybe I'll put it over here. In alphabetical order. There you go. I'll slowly scroll to the bottom. And there we go. Let's just move it to the bottom there. There's the top, there's the bottom. Check if any planes are about to land at the airport. If they are, then reverse them. Yeah, that's a good point. Otherwise, there'll be a constant stream of them. Anyway, I don't think there is. Looking at this, I don't see any air. Oh. That's 11 annoyed people. Can I reverse that aircraft? Does it work when you reverse it? Yeah, it's going back to rally. Is it now taken off? It is. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you've been diverted. Remember, the size isn't population, but the average of population, shopping, and industry. Thank you, yes. Oh yeah, that's on here, isn't it? Yeah, size. It is. Yeah, the population's actually, annoyingly, an individual thing in a box that you have to open. It's just so frustrating. Jay, what have you done? Why's Jay saying sorry? What's happened? Oh, just to these folks. Yeah, sorry folks, you've been turned around. You've got to go all the way back to Raleigh, and I cannot express the extent to which that's a really long way away. Right, so what's going on here? This is some suburban stock that's confused. I'm going to assume that it isn't confused and it just needs me to do this, and then it's happy. And of course it isn't, because I've pressed play having forgotten that I did not connect up the station properly, because I'm a fool. Yes, because I need to do this. So this is going to do this, and then this, and then this, and this. Yep. And oh, look at level crossing. Well, that's easily solved because it needs to be a bridge anyway. So we'll take the opportunity to build that as a bridge. What is this? It's a main road, isn't it? So let's do that and do... how easily can we do this as a main road? Easily, because I'll 1, 2, 3, 4... lovely. We'll connect up in a second. It just allows me to do... Oh, you know what? Do 18 strength 7. There we go. Let's just do that. And also a bit of this. Right, lovely. And then the other side, obviously, we need to tidy that up with the removal of the level crossing. Do. And do. And. Yes, good. I was hoping that would work nicely like that. Which it has, which is good. Oh, maybe a little bit further would be nice, actually. We can get 60 at the other side. That's going to give you a bit more. 75, that'll do. Marvellous. That now gives me my... through there. I now need to drop Actually, there's a couple of things I need to do. One of them is reopen the map. Actually, you know what? I can do that on my phone, can't I? Where's the map? I think I had it on... Yeah, I do. Good. I just want to double check what the main road is there. That's a B road, so that's fine. So I can just do this. There we go. And maybe just make it up. I mean, I can just get rid of that bit, can't I? Also, that's just there like that, so that can also just kind of disappear. It's not doing anything. We can go and build a nice road down like that. Lovely. That side's done, and then this side. So this is connecting stuff. This is important, so we need to do that properly. But to do that properly is going to involve me doing a bit of this, a bit of this. Well, of course, there's like triple whammy connections to just make it a bit more complicated. Of course, that's how this rolls. Actually, it's a kind of a good point. Where am I going to want that to... I know how I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to do this, folks. I know how we're going to do this. Bye-bye. 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 And bye-bye. But all will be resolved because we're going to do this. And we're going to do... There we go. And we're going to do... actually, you know what? We need to do better than that. We can do this. Good. And just correct all that, and also do a bit of go tidy up, just because there would be trees on a bit where they built a new bridge. There, and also there we go. Tidy up this. Nice new bridge, lovely. Everyone's happy. Good. And a nice new station, which is now not causing headaches here. That's now happy. So that's fixed. Oh, we got there in the end. That's Chesham Road built-ish. We've still got to do some airport demolition here, don't we? There we go. Lovely. Have I ever considered doing highlights of streams? Getting someone else to do similar. I would get someone else. If someone else is willing to do it, I just can't pay them. That's the thing. But I would happily do it. Yeah, I'd be well up for that. I think that'd be fun to do stream highlights, because obviously this is not premium content in terms of how well put together it is. There we go. Let's do that for that bit there. Good, fine. Okay, so that's Chesham Road in place and connected with all the trains going through happily. Just no one actually arriving at it yet because it's not connected into anything. People are going to bed. The map was fab. How long was I tabbed out for? Did you see the plans to close Bradshaw Metropolitan? Marvellous. Okay. So that's there. Glorious. The reason for that is because Ely Airport intends to expand, as you might have picked up by the merry chase that I'm chasing. Go on. So that's gone. Maybe we can return them back again momentarily. If anyone knows anyone who does that for other people, then give me a shout. Like the person who does Tom Walker's GTA clips are marvellous. The thing is, I'm just not a very funny person, so there's less funny stuff going on. So I don't know. It needs someone. It's a delicate balance, because you want the just clip videos like that to have to kind of be I don't know, a bit of a sense of humour. Going through like 150 hours of me building rail lamps is pretty daunting. As nice as it is at a smaller scale, yeah, absolutely, Max Hansen, you're right. It's almost a bit like, oh, I see. Like, it's daunting for an editor, but you know, maybe they just pick it up video by video. Whereas someone coming in, it's new to the series. Yeah, it is pretty intimidating. Right, that's one gone. Come on now. Oh. We saw that so we were into May. We saw that South Bradshaw Railway had been saved. By the way, which is we can keep that going, can't we? South Bradshaw Railway is this one that runs around here like this, like that. Ely Airport wants to expand. We're going to expand Ely Airport. It's going to be on the same orientation, very much. Yep. Yeah, which that is. And I'm hoping that I can place it kind of like that without bulldozing the freight works. Would be nice, wouldn't it, if I could do that? Maybe I just slightly reposition to give a bit more space, and then I don't need to be so far away that the station doesn't reach it, but I think also, is that straight and in line? It's kind of hard to tell, isn't it, if I do. No, it isn't quite, is it? There, that I think is. Yeah, there we go. So that's what I want to place. It involves me bulldozing the original station. So now that I've lined that up, hopefully that'll stay saved, actually. IC-125's plan for this map or not? I don't know. We have to wait and see. I can't tell you everything that's going to happen. Right, let's get these aircraft out of here. Come on. Step on it. Pilot of ARCD. Is that one of the original Archipelago aviation aircraft? I think it is, isn't it? Golly. I'm going to add a second terminal to Ely Airport. How busy is it? It seems pretty busy. I don't know, we'll start with one. To the new airport, that is. So we'll start with one, I think, Xander, at this point. Also, it has freight, so it is going to have two terminals. There'll be a freight terminal. Yeah. Let's see. That's one gone. Come on now. Can you do it before the end of May? Can you do it before the end of May? That's the question. Come on now. Actually, can I delete it yet? Is it going to let me? No, vehicle's still in the way. At what point is it going to let me bulldoze this damn airport? Come on now. Come on. Middle? V1? Can you imagine if it crashed now? Let's just save the bloody game, actually. May 26th. 5:26. Ely Airport. Almost. There you go. Reminder of what's going on. Let's let that save. I'm going to open a Madeline. I'm doing it. Oof. Right, here we go. Oh, it looks remarkably like the light fittings in Tito's Blue Train. So, I need water and sustenance to survive, folks. I'm an old man now. I'm dad. It's hard. Okay, so when this eventually saves, there we go. So we're safe, literally, metaphorically. Go on. Up you go. No, V1 rotate. Good. Oh, there we go. Gone. So let us replace that airport with another one, which is going to be located here. It's going to be located... Oh, wrong one. Thank you, everyone. Ah, that'll do it. Yeah, that's right. That's why I was confusing myself. I do need to delete the freight terminal. Do you think if I delete the freight terminal, it'll confuse everything? Yes is the answer, isn't it? If I do... Right, so I'm going to do two things. I'm going to put a bus stop here. Which is now... Yes, I knew that would happen, which is obviously bonkers. I'm going to delete that. And I now build that up here. That's now there, which I can now move again. I'm going to bulldoze this. I'm going to bulldoze this all as well. And this rock. What's this rock doing here? Yeah, sorry, I was confusing myself, everyone. I'm an easily confused man. Right, here we go. Now, this is what we wanted. Oh, so that needs to be up here like this to make sure that the road can still fit. There we go. We're in now. Someone go and find out what was the company name of the hangar we bulldozed. Was it Ethos? I think it was, wasn't it? So we're going to demolish that. We're going to demolish that. We're going to demolish that. And we're going to put the main building in somewhere where there's a bit of space. But I think it's also we kind of want it to be. I think there's where we're going to have it. The passenger terminal is going to be no. Passenger terminal is going to be attached. The freight terminal. Does the freight terminal actually connect? No, it doesn't. So the freight terminal is going to be over here as a separate building. Or is it going to just be a big lump over here? It might just be a big lump, and we'll have the hangar over here as a separate building. Yeah. Okay, so that's worked. I now need to... yeah, land slope over here. Right, there's a couple of things I want to do now, which is switch off all this lot. Where's our aircraft that we sent back to Raleigh? No. Is that the one? I wouldn't mind turning it back around again because they all want. The thing is, have they had their brains reset anyway now? So they're like, oh yeah, I'm going back to Raleigh. That's now where I want to be. That's not the one. Raleigh to Bradshaw. That's the one. Right, we'll turn you around again. You're on your way back to Ely. Good, fine. Which is where you want it to be after all. We need to do some road rearranging, which is fine. To do that, I probably want to demolish the freight building and put the one in that I want, which is going to be on a nice truck station, and I want it to be a bit bigger. 30, I think, yeah. I want this to be big enough that it that I can build my... There we go. Now. Cargo. Have I done it? No, I've not quite done it big enough. I need to move that again. Okay. Alright, now try again. Yeah, good. Okay, fine. And yeah, I just want to, future-proof the thing. Right, so that's all there, that's all there. Now I need to do some roads. So the next thing I can bulldoze is these two, because I'll put them back in the right place momentarily. We're gonna just go in and do a bit of this. There we go. I'll just run ourselves around this road, where this road used to be, before we rearrange it to tidy this up a bit. Also, I guess I built that, but I'm actually going to correct it momentarily, because this is all kind of happening at the same time, frankly. so. And you, and also you. Good. Let's get this road put in. The thing is, the road doesn't. We don't need the road to connect actually beyond. Like, it can kind of swoop back over again at this point, can't it? And this can be a service road. So that could go like that, and then I could just go kind of like that, and then like that, and then this could go like this, yeah, like that. Tidy that up, and also do that. So that comes through there, that's there, and I need to replace the airport bus, which is fine, I can place that. I'm just going to do it off to one side actually, rather than do it straight in the middle, but this time it's going to be off to one side. And we also then need to tie up the station as well, so let's do that. What's the chat? Look at the paint on the new road depot. Yeah, no, I know it needs tidying up, yeah. In fact, I can do that now if it cheers you up. I'll probably do a bit of tidying up of that momentarily as well. Right, so we're going to go... Going to now do this. This is the tricky bit, is how do I want to... I think I might want to do this sort of situation. Okay. It's the 60s. They'll put a roundabout in. Let's put a roundabout in. That's exactly what we're going to do. 15. Actually, can we make it work with 10? We might be able to work with 10. We've got 4 roads coming in there. Good. So we have a country road coming in here. And then going out this way as well. Ugh. Let's do this bit first then. Okay. Ugh. What? Why? Why? What do you think? What's in your head here? I think this needs to be bigger, doesn't it? Because it's just not happy. God, this game. Roundabout needs to stay as a roundabout. That's basic. Everyone knows that a roundabout needs to stay as a roundabout. It's very basic stuff, this. You know, come on. Let's plant it in the path of the main road. And try again. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm getting City Skylines flashbacks of like trying to make roundabouts stick. Uh-huh. And then the little road here. Has that worked? Yes, it has. It has worked. And now what I'm going to do is a straight line from here. There we go. And no, I don't want that to look like that. I want it to do that, and then have a little curve at the end that ties into the main road. There. Just like that. Airport stuff, you know. Good. Yep. Station connections. Next, we're going to have a little road going What are we going to have, actually? I don't know. This. And then this. No. Like that. That feels like a thing. There's that. That's now connected to there. Don't forget to highway-fy the roundabout. Oh yeah. Should do I want to highway-fy the roundabout? I don't know if maybe I do. Do I? Do I want to highway-fy the roundabout? I presume, probably, yeah. Yeah, probably. Anyway, okay. So that's that. That's running there. I don't know if I did want to do that, but I have done it, and we're going to live with the consequences of our actions. We're going to just quickly do this. And also then, therefore, this. There we go. And there is some terrain tidying up to do for sure. Oh, did I actually want to position the bus stop on up here? I don't know if I did. Let's just check that the buses seem to be going nicely. That's working fine. Oh, key thing, is that connected with the airport? Yes, good. That seems to be working quite nicely. I think we're there. I think that's kind of that, isn't it? Yeah, I think. Yeah, there we go. I do with tidying up, fine. I tell you what I do want to do is probably something like this here for this bit. And also get rid of these trees. There we are. And there we go. Let's do a bit of that and a bit of this as well. There. So that's alright. Ah. Leave off grass. It's not your time. Yeah, okay. Why do I faff for this, you might ask? You're not going to get a good answer to that question, I'm afraid. Good, fine. There. The new expanded Bradshaw Ely Airport. Looking quite smart. Right, the question I asked earlier. What was... Someone drop in the text of what the company that was at this hangar before. I believe it is ATOS International. Is it, though? Someone can tell me in the chat. Is that right? Is it ATOS? ATOS? Everyone's saying defo ATOS. I mean, can we have another look at the Varus Known Electrics at some point? Yeah, quite certainly can. What do you want to look at? Right, while we're here, given that that's now a thing, Chesham has opened trains. We need to add a stop, which is before Ely Town 2. And then on the way back. And likewise this one. So there, and then on the way back. And that. And I think we need signals as well. I think I bulldozed some signals on when I was here. Let's just look at the signals. We're going to do the classic of yeah. We're going to do a signals in and signals out type situation, a bit like we do. Yeah, that's right. Did I do it all right? Yeah, I did. Good. Good to get people in and out of the station. Marvelous. Everyone's happy. There we go. That is the new airport. TMA Bradshaw Ely Airport, and served now by a station. Look at that. Marvellous. Next to the increasingly massive complex of Ely Motor Company as well. So there's quite a bit going on there, isn't there? Let's be quite honest with ourselves. It's a level crossing that's probably not going to last long. We've got the bridge put in there for the road. That's all nice and tidy, I think. Very happy with that. Let's just save again. Let's just save it. No, let's 30 and Ely Airport. Done. Good. Save. Let's save. Much saving needs to be done. Oh, so what have we been doing? What have we been doing? I tell you what. Tell you what we actually do need to do, which is go down here. I believe we have already closed Ellesmere. Yeah, I think we've already done that, haven't we? Yeah, we have. In fact, it was way back. It was back in June 1964. Well, we have got a bit more to do down here because it's time for these tracks to get lifted. I told you there's a lot to do. We can lift these tracks as well. There we are. And let's go. I don't need to open that residential building, but I do need to demolish this bit of railway. RIP to the Ellesmere extension of the Metropolitan Railway, as it was. And there we go. And there we go. It's served by a pretty good bus, Ellesmere, so I wouldn't be too upset. And also the fact this consolidates. It's a long stretch of unpopulated railway. It's not very good for. It's not very good for suburban railways to have little, long stretches of unbusy railway. The difference with Ely is that Ely is increasingly getting populated. Finsbury is expanding. Finsbury, Market Harbour is expanding. There we go. Hello, train. Yeah, it's fine. You get to the other way. Actually, this presumably is. What's it doing? Yeah, I didn't think anything was going to Ellesmere. Yeah, fine. So that's done. We've got the appropriate S&C to get trains going in the right direction over there. There's another bit of railway which we can get rid of actually up here while we're at it, which is this bit here. Unnecessary bit of railway. We can have done with it. Yeah, fine. And it's got nothing we can do about this annoying kink. I'm going to leave it to it. Let's see. No, so in order to save some of the central city infrastructure, they've made agreements that no, they're not. They're relinquishing Ellesmere's stretch of the railway that's gone, in fact, and also we need to go up and Aldwood, having been the branch. Where are we? This bit here. We need to rationalise Aldwood Station because this is a big station and it doesn't need to be so large. What are we going to do about that? I don't know because it's what's okay. The first thing we need to do is what's calling at Aldwood. Bradshaw Droitwich services, Shildon Aldwood, Bradshaw Aldwood. Still a few. So there's a few services that still call through here. Probably useful if we put this up actually and went like this. So you've got trains yeah, nothing running through there. Services do call at the station up there. It's a large station, isn't it? It doesn't need to be this large. So we've got a suburban platform here that is just enormous. I dare say we could rationalise Does Oldwood Junction even need to exist at this point? Well, it's a connection for it's a connection point for suburban services coming up off the South Bradshaw Railway, allowing you to then change to go further north without having to go back in, without changing elsewhere. So it allows you to, although you could also do that change, arguably you could do the change by going to Metropolitan and coming out, but it bypasses that for some people. The people this side of Bradshaw get to go into Oldwood and then continue their journey. So that's kind of the point of it, really. It's about the suburbans, but it's no longer a calling point for the for that long distance stuff. That's not doing that anymore. Bradshaw Droitwich. The other thing is just like we don't really need separate platforms for the stuff going out to the Southern Railway, so you could do that with a single set of tracks. I mean, for sure you can get rid of these tracks here, so we're going to do just that. I think it's going to say why you get rid of one of the alternative. And also shorten this back to 120 meters. Yeah, fine. So that's done. Yeah, you don't need this to look like this anymore if you're doing that. In fact, you don't need the station building to be the size it is, so that can disappear. In fact, you could probably put just a couple of, put 3 platforms in here like this. No, apparently not. There we go. Yeah, put a couple of platforms in here, and then just bulldoze this lot without bulldozing the tunnel underneath, because I think if you bulldoze the tunnel underneath, I can't rebuild it again. There we go, let's go with that, that. Absolutely, the big building, the station building is going, there's no need for it. Just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to be this size, I just realised I can't delete the tunnel underneath. Not that I want to try, but I'm only in the station editing thing, so I actually can't delete the station below, which is good, to be honest. Right, that's done. So that's the connecting up to the southern. That does that. Does it? Doesn't really need to, because you could just get rid of all this S&C and have that coming off that way, or is it still too congested? Let's leave that for now. It's going to be a slow process of rationalization. Let's just say that. Oh, no, I really should have checked that I'd appropriately painted in my rubble. Given, there we go. Station building gone. We're now going to just quickly go up here and shove in a couple of pairs of steps. In fact, I don't even need 2, just going to do 1 and a little road. Actually, this will make my life a lot easier if I just do that. There we go. And do yeah. That's now connected up there as it needs to be. It's a bit of station rationalization. I dare say we can probably rationalize the station even more as we go forwards. I mean, it doesn't need to. Yeah, we don't need 160 of that end, do we? But fine. Those platforms existed in lieu of a passenger tunnel, yeah, but they're not needed anymore because we've got the. There we go. These can go. Obviously, they're done. We've got the electrified bit that does that. That's fine. Yeah, I'm happy with that as a stopgap, as the The station reduces in size over time as it starts to match the actual need. The needs of the station. Good. Okay. Oof. We've not really made much progress, have we? Right. So what else is going on? Someone wanted to go and Michael, you wanted to go and have a look at the. You wanted to go and have a look at the. Sorry, for a sec. Good, marvelous. Right. We wanted to go and have a look at Forest Living Electrics, didn't we? So let's do just that. Let's go up here. Actually, we need to have a think about what we're doing. Oh golly, no. What we're doing down here to connect up to the A1 through Wakefield. Actually, need to think about what that road is going to look like at all. Make it functional for the future. Right. Okay. Forest Living Electrics. Let's switch everything off. Michael C, what do you want to actually look at? So they're up here. The Forest Living Electrics. There we go. Not much more to say about that, really. Here they are. Running through from Crowle to Forest Living. Where are we? There's two suburban services here, so it's these ones and these ones. They are not hugely profitable, which is interesting. It's like they are used, but the income is just not reaching the running costs. But that hopefully will change because we've been running the new electric, so that hopefully will reverse course a little bit. Yeah, hopefully. Anyway, right. I'm going to save this again because I'm having to do this all the time now, which is very aggravating. 0602. Progress. That's fine. Let's just save that. Right. So, having now closed that, am I going to see a crash? I'm not gonna until it's finished saving. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Don't worry. I'm gonna make some progress. Is it done? We're nearly there. Oh, go on, Michael. See what else? Do you want to see some of the trains running between Crowle and Hexham? Oh yeah. Well, there's one. There's a nice orange train. The Forest Living Electrics there, running through, and it's not moving, which is no fun because there's about to be some. Right, so let's watch the game crash. Here is Amphitrust. There it is. Lovely, isn't it? We've just seen that there's in fact, humorously, this is now slightly out of date, but we've just seen, in terms of airports, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6 because of the major airports, and quite a lot of minor airports spread around. And this is becoming increasingly difficult. You know, they're big infrastructure. They have lots of state stuff to actually tie in. You know, for example, Chesham Road that we just saw getting opened, and it's time. You know, the government is going kind of contrary to what happens in the UK at this point. Actually, in Britain at this point, the Amphitrust government decides that it needs to introduce an act to unify ownership and operation of all the airports under one body, and that is what they do with the Airports Authority Act of 1965. The intention that on the 1st of April 1966 we will see the creation of the Airports Authority, the Amphitrust Airports Authority. Should be exciting, spoiler alert. And yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. In fact, while we're at it, let's go through some of the other June stuff, because in June, so that's the date of assent of that is 2nd of June 1965. In same month, we see Samuel Crowle departing as the chair of Amphitrust Railways, of the Amphitrust Railways Board. Samuel Crowle is off. Let's just say that he was clashing with the Amphros government, his cuts had not been politically popular. In the aftermath of the election that happened, when it happened a little while back, it was cited as a reason for lots of people being very unhappy about the socialists, and so he's out on his ear. Meanwhile, quote here, Thomas Samaras picks up role following backlash from railway network cuts. Railway line closures continue while author of Reshaping report moves on. Samaras refuses to be drawn on the objectives of Railways Board in relation to future closures despite protests in government. So there are. There's Crowle on his way out, and here's the handsome-looking Thomas Samaras there. Marvellous. So, what else is going on right now? Let's see what doom is going to happen when I do this. Is it going to crash? We're going to find out in a moment. It has not crashed. And it's crashed. There we go. I thought we'd got through that. Max Johansson is saying, oh dear, how sad, never mind. Yeah, quite. Oh, golly, there we are. People finding it strange that Halaros has no passenger airport. Anyway, it's gone. Yeah, funny that. So I'm now going to have to relaunch. We're going to do some serious stress testing to understand what the problems are on this. Because this is aggravating. Yeah, I did speak too soon. Madeleines are great, by the way. Everyone should eat madeleines. I'm not going to tell you which famous railway broadcaster friend of mine just has madeleines on the go, and how much he is right to have madeleines on the go at any moment. Because, my God, joy. Joy and joy. Everyone's saying spoke too soon. Yeah, I know I spoke too soon. I just want the series to... we need the lore. The lore is important for the series. I can't not have the lore. And it has to kind of come up through the episode. It can't... stuff informs other stuff. Other people are like, why are you not just playing the game? Well, because the lore is what makes the game enjoyable for me, because the game on its own is barren and uninteresting. That's the problem. All of you know this, right? So, where are we? Where have we got to? Good. The irony is that there's some stuff happening really soon that we're going to have to flip back and forth on anyway. Where are we? Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, all that's happening. I mean, I'm almost tempted to now do... It's a little bit breaking the thing, but I'm going to... For this episode, while it's still being annoying, I'm going to... Things it'll crash again when I go back to it, won't it? It will, won't it? What do I want to run to? Yeah, I kind of want to keep time crunching along. Anyway. I'm going to roll on to July, and... Yeah. We'll eventually... The game is barren and uninteresting indeed. Indeed. Yes, it is. Wait, what? Urban Games logo that is shown at Game Launch looks suspiciously similar to the Hillwood Company's logo. Lol. Does it? I have actually not noticed that. That's quite funny if it is. Let's watch those Electros moving around, shall we? Where's an Electric moving around? It's not moving, is it? Are you going to move? Waiting for free path. It's busy, isn't it? It's a busy freight yard and there's lots going on. Yeah. Crikey. Yeah. Yeah, half of me is tempted to get the game, and the other half knows I'd have a terrible time with it 90% of the time. Yeah, it's an aggravating game. I'm going to be honest with you. It's... If I do this and do this, is it going to actually... No, it's not, because it is waiting for freight to move out of the way. Oh, so this is looking busy. Oof, golly. Some stuff going on. Oh, also, while we're here, it's a thing that all of you always enjoy this. I know you do. Which is, let's have a look at all of our roads, road fleet. We have, okay, so. Okay, so let's, those are alright. Those are alright. Let's replace these with those. Fine. It's Oh golly. It wasn't that much of a tall order. Come on, I just wanted to swap out some vehicles. Oof. Okay, let's swap those out as well. Yeah, it's like, oh, the game nearly crashes, and then I just repeat it again. There's where you need a roundabout. Well, yeah, quite. It's aggravating but visually stunning, especially at times. They're all queuing to get into Forest Living, not the freight yard. Master Trams is a pro at spotting this. Maybe the electrics will be flowing better near Melksham. Yeah, I think they probably will. There's clearly work to be done around it. The thing is, this stuff needs to happen here soon anyway. That's fairly major. You know, there's electric. Oh, what's it? Wait, why is it? Now that looks. Oh no, it's because it's going the other way, isn't it? Everything's busy and blocked. Why? Oh, for freight reasons. Because a lot of freight is also using the suburban lines. That's kind of how that's been running. I hear jet aircraft. There's a lot of jet aircraft going. Let's just do this. This is what calls it Melksham now. Just the suburbans, and good grief, is it popular? So that there's going to be lots of. There's going to be a lot of people who are keen to. They just want to go to Forest Limit. This is clearly a popular commuter route. It's just not. It's just getting snarled up here by the look of it, which is interesting. Because that's a dump ton of people that's surely going to make a lot of money for the railway. I'm surprised that it's. No. You is what I want. I'm surprised that it's so. There's only 2 trains, and they are. Well, that one's moving. Oh, they're both moving. Where's this one? Is it coming? You'd hope, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's going the other way. So is it full? It is. To be fair, that is full. The other one is going. The other one's all the way over in Dorset. There just aren't many, are there? I think possibly we need to increase the number of them. Actually. So. Let's add another one. So let's do just that. Actually, let's. No, what do you mean no depot? In fact, there's definitely a depot that can run onto that line. Come on, right? Okay, we're off to. No, is it going to get itself confused? Okay, well, there's only one way to do this, which is to duplicate these trains and then move them onto the other line. Let's manage lines. So there's 3 on here. So I'm gonna. Do that, move it onto that one. Good. Saying no path. There is a path. It is possible for you. It's funny, isn't it, that it's unhappy with that, because they thought it was a good idea to build the depot facing that way, but actually it turns out it isn't, and there is no way of the train going and joining the track that it needs to, so maybe they should have made the depot face the other way. And also entirely lost track of time, which is possibly okay. Let's sell that because it's not working. How am I going to do this? What is this situation? I mean, I might have to. That's over there. That's over there. This one, however, is over here. Yes. Unfortunately, what I'm going to have to do is transfer this onto the other line. There we are. And then, yeah. And then I'm going to have to do this. And then do this. And then say this. Actually, you know what? Funnily enough, I think maybe the Melksham line is the busier line and needs more trains. The thing is, I still think that there needs to be another train on here, so I'm going to do it. 3 on there, and I'm actually going to do. That'll do for now. That'll do for now. There we go. So, right. Oh, I'm going to save again, because there's stuff that needs to be said, and I cannot avoid it. It needs to be said. So, fine. actually, you know what? Before I do any of that, I'm going to stay paused in here within the game. And what are my list of things I need to do here? So, yeah. Yes, done that. Done that. Oh, yeah. Abbeydale Airport. Talking of the Airports Authority, Abbeydale Airport is rammed. Very, very rammed, and needs some expansion. So we're going to do just that. We're going to build an additional terminal, in fact. And let's do some rearranging of where those now sit. So we've got, let's put the new terminal 1, let's put the little ones. Terminal 1, I think that now works. So we've got a lot of people waiting for those, a lot of people waiting for that. That probably evens it up, actually. I mean, it's busy as hell, but that probably eases things off a bit, I would dare say. 73 rate is quite poor on the service up top. Do you reckon we should add some more on the Vorslum Electrics? Do you reckon we should do it? Should we do it? Should we do it right now? Which let's just go in here. We have got the rate on this is 110, which is also not great. Yeah. If we're going to add, yeah, the rate really isn't great on this, is it? Let's have a look at let's go along the lines and see what they're looking like. Let's just have a look at the stations. So, Crowle, not busy, not much demand. Is that because the service isn't frequent enough? Pakefield is really busy. That Hexham line is really popular. Again, we've got not too much because everyone wants to go to Vorslum, so that's fine. Hebden Bridge is really busy, and again, it's the Melksham line that's super busy. Dorchester Town, and that's busy. The Suburbans are not so busy up there, and then Hexham up here is pretty busy. Where those people want to go. Dorchester mostly, actually, not so many to Vorslum. Interesting. We'll leave it for now, but it is definitely a bit poxy. The trouble is there's a lot of the alternative terminals set up for these planes. Yeah. That's a good point, actually. Let's go over to Abbeydale and just check that. Let's go like this and like this. Abbeydale. So, yeah, that's true. We do kind of want to have the alternative set up for this, don't we? Because it's a busy airport. We don't want everything stacking up. Yeah. And it's a busy airport, you know, what can I say? Boom, boom. Where is my... Is Vorslum doing the same? Yeah, probably want to do the same with Vorslum, don't we? Doop. Abbeydale Shanklin, yeah, same story with the potential at the other end as well. Abbeydale Vorslum, yeah, and ditto. I mean, hopefully they won't need to use the alternatives, but they might. So let's enable it. There we go. Good shout. Has Morecambe lost all of its stations? No, Morecambe still has the old Great Northern over here, which serves. If we go in here, it serves. It's the best station for the kind of the residential area. So, you know, the old station was in the old industrial area. The pier station was up. It didn't really serve anyone other than those going to the pier. So yeah, yes, it's how well used is it? It's pretty well used. The service is not quite as frequent as it used to be, but yeah, it's not bad. Let's see. What else did I need to do? What else on my list? So I've done this. Done that. Done those two. That's fine. Yes, we're going over to. We're going to whiz over to Thessalos and just go in here and flitic fuel and manage vehicles and just we're gonna do this via here and oh golly, hello. Yes, Great Western. Oof. What was that thing? 36 years old. It's not that old then. Fine. We want a new. I don't. Wait a minute. There we go. Buy vehicles. That's what I was missing. And I want a new fuel. That's it. And I want a couple of these. 2. I'm to ship. Who's in here? Michael. And the AS Jamie. We're going to paint them. Okay, we're going to paint them. We're going to paint them this colour. And they're going to be put on to flitic fuel because, good grief, is that an oversubscribed bit of... There's a lot of fuel and all of it wants to go to flitic. Not a lot of it wants to go to Shanklin. Anyway, we can also transfer. This is going to get transferred onto flitic fuel. And then, yeah, there we go. Good. There we go. Fine. It's a busy old. Look at the busy old shipping routes around here on the around the Western Isles, isn't it? There we go. Michael, you do have a boat named after you. Good. This I spotted this the other day and it was really bothering me. It's messy as hell, isn't it? There we go. Just tidy that up a bit. Tidy this up. There we go. There's another thing I want to do actually. While we've got this here, the other thing I want to do is it's it's lift these tracks. Lift these tracks. This is a railway that it's the original route into Thessalos station. In fact, this is the original line of the but it's going. We're doing. It's not. Is that's station? So fine, and we can politely lift the tracks to those platforms because. There we go. It's gone. And same in the other direction. None of these tracks need to be here. Grand. Lovely. Yeah. Oh dear, that should be flat as a pancake through there. Lovely, thank you. And that should be. God, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. That's fine. Sorry, everyone. Normal service will be resumed momentarily. Let's get rid of that. And configure this. Oh, you know what? Don't know if I need the whole station to be here anymore, to be honest. No, do not place continue. Stations is gone. It's gone. Doesn't need to be there. Possibly joys at the thought of removing rail infrastructure. Yeah, that's it. It's redundant. You know, it's not serving a function with the way that the rail map looks. You know what's quite interesting actually is that in developing the Crowle report, I did do the number crunch. I did number crunching to sort of estimate what would happen with the tracks being removed in it, and with kind of estimating what the long-term services might look. You know, what the shape of services would look like in terms of actual game income in it. Some of the services we were cutting were profitable. Plenty weren't, and it was quite interesting that it generally did theoretically improve the financial state of the railways by chopping this. It's interesting to see whether that manifests as true, and what that'll mean for traffic on the roads. But you know, this line that we've just got rid of is very much duplication. You know, it's a line that's very much duplicated. What if I just screwed up this thing? I don't think I have. I think if I do that, oh no, it's not happy again. Why is there no path? What if I demolish that this train needs to do? Wait a minute, what? Why are you here? What? What? What are you doing here? Okay, so I pin that, click and pin you. I'm gonna sell you, and I'm gonna thinking, well, duplicate you. That's classic. Why is that there? What's it done? Hopeless. Anyway, what's the new one we just did? This one. Good, because we're gonna go in here and actually do something a bit more dramatic, which is all these trains starting to get painted in certain colours. There we go. What was that? 1N? Yeah, okay. And we'll stick to this. We're going to go 1N and what was it? 6. Okay. 6. Presumably, so just, yeah, there we are. Well, that's 7. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Marvellous. Good. Fine. Let's see that's fortuitous. It's gone. Now we fix that problem. Okay, let's just do another save again. Fine. There we go. Anyway, right. Soon time to wrap up. Episode 5 content being demolished. Episode 5 content being demolished, if I recall correctly. Yeah, wowza. There's some history. Oof. Was that station not a major bus transfer point? See, this is where Besquackelhausen, you're thinking too much into the, you know, look at all these people here. To be fair, it's only a major bus exchange because it's a very this is it. Isn't it interesting? The trouble is, the buses, Aquiline, do they care? They don't seem to care. I'm going to suspect that. Will they ever call it this bus station again? Probably not. Pretty busy. The bus company's profiting from the fact that everyone's run out of the run out of here and gone to the bus. But the thing is, the railway does everything that the bus kind of does for that exchange. So I'm not sure. JB is asking for an overview of service patterns in the congested Vorius-Limmen area. Sure. Let's go and have a look. Let's get rid of all this. Let's hide everything. And what's the neatest way to do this? Probably to do this and this, isn't it? So all the services we've got are... It's all these. It's all these services. So you've got the... Actually, to be fair, all of these intercity services are pretty much not in the way of everything else. They're doing all right. So... that's the overall picture in Vorius-Limmen. So there you are, you've screenshotted that. Now let's get smaller again and just look at, let's close up on some of the lines. So this is congested with quite a bit of freight coming through the bottom there, dealing with the fact that you've got the mainline service coming through as well, and then a bunch of regionals, and then the 2 suburbans. So this is quite congested, but it's 4-track. It's a 4-track railway. It's not too bad. I think you've got the suburbans. At this point, the suburbans are both on here, I think, and then everything else that's going by this point is splitting off, southwards too. So actually, it's not too. I don't think it's too messy actually. That part. The other end, it's not so bad. It's just the freights and the suburbans. It's actually well segregated from the high-speed services. Are pretty free to run in and out unmolested, as it were. But this just gets just a lot of freight and the suburbans running in amongst it. So it's quite busy. Vorys live in very much a big freight town. There are a lot of people on that platform. Bescockelhausen, you're right, there were. And they're now getting the bus. It's Forest Limit Airport, by the way. Here it is. Looking smart. So, right. Did I do anything there? I didn't do anything there, did I? And it's saved. So, let me just go over here. And go over here. And, oh yeah, I meant to say that there is. So, this is Dr Samuel Crowle, June 1961 to June 1965. And June 1965 to when? Thomas Samaras, the new chair of the Amphitrust Railways Board. Let's see what he does in his tenure. Should be interesting. Anyway, more importantly, it was the 1st of July 1965. That time is past in game, but it was the 1st of July 1965. And on the 1st of July 1965, a document was published. It was the official moment that Amphitrust Railways becomes Amphitrust Rail, and the corporate identity manual is published. Jay, I'm so glad you're here for this one. And the beginning of a radical overhaul in how the railway looks. You remember that the rebranding kind of at the top of the last episode, I think, was being teased and looked, and the public was seeing it. But this is the first one it rolls out. The manual goes out. Everyone has to change. Everything changes, and that starts including train liveries and all sorts. Where can you get this in handback? You might notice there is one behind me in hardback over there, which you can still buy, I think. The BR version of this, but also yes, the orange, I think, and the grey goes pretty hard actually. I would love to do it anyway. This is a nice slide, yeah, isn't it? Isn't this fetching? Lovely. What else is going on? What's going on is, I think this is probably a good moment for me to stop and go to bed actually. It's been a bit of a frustrating stream in terms of not being able to progress. Actually, not being able to do any of what we talked about doing because of the slowdown from the game crashing, which is annoying. That's definitely slowed us down substantially. We have done some stuff, though. We have done some stuff. I really popped off of this one. Yeah, I know, isn't this what a sweet? We have to rename this episode and rename the chat in the episode, because that's often what I do, isn't it? I kind of go in and think what I'm going to do in an episode and actually never do. I thought I actually had an Amphitrust one print. No, this is me just doing some graphic design skills. As all this series is a chance, all the stuff that I do is a chance for me to just muck around with my graphic design skills, because it's fun. Anyway, this is fine, and we're going to see Amphitrust Rail continue to professionalise and start looking more awesome. It's quite exciting, isn't it? And we will say it's the 20th of June in game, isn't it? Which means that it's not all sugar and spice, because we've got this, which is another railway closure, but this is one a long time coming, really, which is the service between Shildon, Victoria and Bradshaw Pier. That was closed on the 5th of July, so we're a little bit late in game. Let's test. Is the crane going to die? Because if it does, that'll be the end of that. And the game has died. There we go. That's it. Okay, good. Well, GG, folks. GG. Marvellous. Anyway. And it's now giving me an error occurred, and I actually can't close. There we go. No. You're done. You're done. Right, everyone. Oh my goodness me. I will... Big Face 2. What's Big Face? Oh, that is Big Face 2. Hello. Oh, that's enough of that. Right, everyone. That was lovely. We're going to... Amphitrust walking sim when? When are we going to just walk around? Yeah, right, okay. There's real sort of Firewatch vibes to this slide. Firewatch? Yeah, anyway, right, rip the stream. We'll see you for the next one, when we will cover some of the stuff we said we would in this episode. We've done some stuff, though. We've expanded an airport. We've done this. We've done that. Right, anyway, in the meantime, everyone, Cheerio! Cheerio!